Hi there, my name is Hayley Atkins and I'm a first year student at UNC Chapel Hill Physician's Assistant Program. So I am applying for the new ICONS grant to ease the financial burden of school, of which I'm putting myself through. So I'm originally from Greensboro, North Carolina, but I've spent the past couple of years in Charleston gaining my clinical hours as a medical scribe. So why healthcare? I was actually an English major in undergrad, and I was writing a journalism article about Alzheimer's and dementia at the continuing care retirement community down the road from Davidson College. And I kind of fell in love with the dementia unit and geriatrics in general, and I realized that that was because I grew up next door to my grandmother my whole life. We spent all of our piano practices next door. We would practice at her house. She was over for the majority of our dinners. So I always had that role model and that extra like matriarchal figure in my life. And so just seeing her in great shape, she was a ballroom dancer and worked a full-time job she was a writer as well, in up until her 93rd birthday. And so I aspire to, for my mission, healthcare is to kind of work on preventative health and possibly in geriatrics, but to just me being able to witness the like longevity that is possible with an active lifestyle and like taking care of yourself, and also just having a family and those around you to support you, and preventative care I think is the avenue I'd like to take. So that's how I got started in healthcare. So in 5, 10, and 15 years, I want my impact to, in 5, to have affected a few people, in 10, if I've made a life change and with preventative care, in double that number, in 15, I just want my gains to be continuous. I want to always be setting goals, which I like to do for myself anyway, and I feel like this is a rewarding way for me to do that and help others through being a physician's assistant. So I am very goal oriented and driven by personal goals that I set for myself. So in that, I've taken on leadership roles. I was a diver in college, and so upon graduating, while getting my clinical hours, I needed like that next thing, you know? So I became a spin instructor, and that allows me to set personal goals for myself, but also to lead by example and to lead a group and to have that team atmosphere, which is what you get as a PA. I love to collaborate and work with others, and I think my personality type fits PA very well because of this. How I take my coffee. It's got to be a cortado, I have to say. I'm an espresso girl. As far as a pump-up song, I would say that I love music, but the first thing that comes to my mind is Confident by Demi Lovato. I think in this field, we have to be confident and show what we know, and we've worked to get to where we are, and we're going to help people by being confident in ourselves as well as confidence in our patients. And as she says, what's wrong with being confident? All jokes aside, I would say that my invaluable advice to myself as well as my colleagues is just that we need to stay humble and take this as an opportunity to be a lifelong learner in a sense, because healthcare is always changing and there's always new advances, and we can't be so rigid, you know? You have to adapt and grow with your patients, and that will get us the best results. And my final word related to FIGS, thank you again for the consideration for this new ICONS grant. And I have to say, I love movement and I love functionality and comfort, and there's nothing better than these FIGS scrubs. And I have to say the joggers are pretty cool too. We can keep with the style with FIGS.